Good evening, gentlemen. So, just like that, 14 weeks of NFL football are down the tubes. Fantasy season, regular season is over. We start the playoffs. Some really good teams out there. Thor and Pox Jets finished with the top record. And if you remember last year, we said that if teams tie with the top record, they'll split that piece of the pie. Because what ends up always happening so far in our league is that also the top team is the top scorer. And that also, again, was Thor. He beat out Black Knights by 4 points for total points on the entire year. Amazing. Those two teams are really good. Pox Jets also 11-3. So the playoffs stack up with the brothers bracket. Dickie against the Dragons in the first round, and the winner will take on Thor. So we're eliminating Thorpes in both weeks. So there can only be one Thorpe in the championship round. And on the other side of the bracket, you've got the Black Knights taking on my friend and I. Winner there goes to play Paco. In the loser bracket, buys for Express and Sun Devils. The one of the consolation games, K-State against Arbor Guy. They'll take on the Express, and then a couple of animals going at it. Birds of a Feather against the Hogs. Winner takes on the Sun Devils. Some money to be had in the losers bracket. So I have to address the trade that took place in the middle of the year. I hear there's some grumblings about the fact that I allowed K-State to trade his first round pick to Arbor Guy for Cooper Cup. Couldn't agree more. It's mind-boggling dumb. But I see what K-State was trying to do. He was trying to have a stack of Stafford, Puka Nacua, and Cooper Cup. And he was, there weren't that many great teams, so he had a chance to make the playoffs. And after he made that acquisition, he went 4-2. He lost in week 9, won in week 10, lost in week 11, and then won his last 3 games, but it just wasn't enough to get into the playoffs. And quite frankly, your draft pick, no doubt Arbor Guy's going to have an advantage now, but having a couple draft picks doesn't mean anything. Typically and statistically in fantasy football, people with the picks 1, 2, and 3 are like a lock to make the playoffs. And in our league this year, Arbor Guy, Sun Devils, and myself are all in the losers brackets. We drafted terribly, obviously, but guys got injured. And that's what could happen to Arbor Guy next year. Even though he has 2 first-round picks, both guys could get injured, and he's done. So, I allowed it. We can put it up for debate if there's any recourse that you want to have on this, but I think it's all fair. If 2 guys want to make a trade, you got to let them do it. So that's the way I see it. That's the way I'm going to run this league. All right? That's the end of the story. So, I'm just fucking around. So end of season, I'll be giving you updates through the playoffs. It's been a weird week. I went and had my prostate exam, and doctor leaves the room, and the nurse comes in with like a puzzled look on her face, and she said 3 words that I never wanted to hear. She said, "Who was that?" But at any rate, she had dirty knees. I noticed right away, this nurse, and everybody knows what they call the nurse with dirty knees, right? The head nurse. So I knew I was in good hands. So, hey guys, hope you have a great holiday coming up, and hope you enjoyed this fantasy season. Talk soon.